All right, I'm going to be doing the solid geometry of this cone over here. Note that I have drawn the circle. I've broken it into the 12 equal parts using my set square, 30 degrees and 60 degrees, and just using the ruler going across there. I then number this thing. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, going around like that. And I drop those numbers down onto this, this base over here. So 1, 2 and 12, 3, 11, 4, 10, 5, 9, 6, 8, and 7 over there. Right, once I've got that, I then read my question and I see that I've got a cutting plane over here. Note it is a 0.3 line that goes through there. You're going to label it with the A and the A. All right, and you'll see that they've drawn in a Z over there and they're asking you to do the cutting, the true shape of that cutting plane in the direction of Z, which means that not only do they want the true shape of the cutting plane, but they want to see the rest of this thing drawn in underneath it as well. Okay, it says over here to draw out these things, and they're wanting a right view, a sectional left view, and the true shape shown in the direction of X, of Z. Over here, they say no hidden detail. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insist on hidden detail, so you can scratch that out for me. I do not want you not to do hidden detail, because the likelihood is that you're going to get hidden detail at some stage, and it would be good to be able to see that. Right, let's start with a right view. For me to get a right view, I'm going to take lines coming across from all of these points. Lines coming across from all of these points over here, all the way to 7. And then, very importantly, don't forget the apex, apex 0. Very often that seems to be left out, and then you guys start panicking as to why your shape doesn't look right. Okay, I've got an XY axis over here that I'm just going to extend out a little bit more so that it cuts over there. And the first point that I'm going to take is the apex of that cone that goes from the XY axis to the apex. I then take that, find it, go across to the new XY axis, pop it down, and label it 0. Okay, I then say number 1. Number 1 and number 7 are on the same line. So I come over here, there's number 1, bring it across the new XY axis, place it over there. There is number 1, and if I take a line going up over here, there is number 7 at the back. Right, let's go over here. Let's go to number 12 and number 8. They are on the same line. Let's go to, there's number 8 over there. Take that across to the XY axis, pop it down over here. There is my 8 over there. And I'm going to drop a line coming down over here, and it links up with number 12. Sorry, I haven't got a line coming out from number 12 yet. There we go. There is number 12 over there. Number 11 and number 9, they are on the same line. So I find there's number 9, take that across, pop that over here. There is number 9, and I can take a line coming down, and I can find number 11 over here. The last one, number 10. Number 10 is closest to the XY axis. Find number 10, bring it across, pop it down, and I have got number 10. Now, you'll note that a circle is symmetrical. So if you look over here, I've got a line in the middle of this thing, and I can take these numbers over here and I can just swing them around. There is number 8 going around, go down to there, take number 9, swing that around, go to number 10, swing that around, go to number 11, swing that around, and go to number 12 and swing that around. Right. Okay, we have got number 8 and number 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can see I have the circle done much quicker than trying to take all of those measurements off there. Right, once I've got that in place, straight away I can draw in a line going from this point 4 going up to the apex. I can take a line going from point 10 going to the apex, because those are edges that I will definitely be able to see. I then need to put myself in the picture. If I'm standing over here, looking across at this thing, I can see the base of it, which means that I must be able to see that base. Okay, to draw that base in, I'm going to quickly do some little feathering marks coming around. Little feathering marks coming around like this. Just to get a nice feel as to what that ellipse looks like. Note, it is going to be an ellipse over here, and you come in and you draw in that ellipse as beautifully as you can. There we go. Coming around over here. Down we come, and all the way to there. Right, there we go. There is the right view done. Right, the next view, they are asking you to draw a left view of this thing. Now, for the left view, they have asked you to section the left view. Right, if I'm standing over here, I'm going to be looking across at this thing. I need to take this bottom part away completely, and that only the top part will be left. Okay, I can't see the cutting plane if this stuff is all in place. So what am I going to do? I need to first of all label this cutting plane. I have got one line over here. Why do I know that there's one line? Because there's only one number, and I'll label that with an A. Over here I've got two numbers down here, so I've got a B and a C. Over here 3 and 11, D and E. Over here 4 and 10, F and G. Two numbers over here, 5 and 9, H and I. Over here, 6 and 8, I, J and K. And there's only one number over here, so that would be L. Okay, I now need to take those numbers across, those letters at least, across into this view. Let's just take those across. Construction lines coming across from all of these points. They're quite fine and together, so it's going to be quite difficult to get this down accurately, and I'm sure we'll be able to do a decent job. Right, there we go. And don't forget to take the apex across, because that's most important. Always start with the apex. Take that apex across. If there is an apex in your drawing, take it across. There's the apex from the XY axis to apex. Find the apex, go across to the drawing, pop that in there, and you're going to label it with a 0. I then say, all right, where is this A? Okay, where is this A? What I like to do is I actually take that and I find it on here. So I have 1, there was B, A over there. If I take a line coming up here, let me just do this very quickly so that you can see where I'm getting this idea. Right, so there is A on this drawing, and it links up over there. B and C, B and C, D and E, F and G, we'll find that now. H and I, K and J, and L is over there. Right, okay, let's see how I can label this thing. I've got my A over there, and I'm going to then label B over there, and C over there. So B, I'm going to put that on number 2. C, I'm putting that on number 12. D and E, those two are on 11 and on 3. This 4 and 10, I'm going to leave that for a few seconds so that I can show you how to get those things on here. I'm just going to continue to I and J. I and J over here. K and L, K and J, sorry, K and J over there, and L is over there. Right, how do I find this set of letters over here, F and G over here? The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a line coming across over here from the point where it intersects. It hits this line over here on number 1. I take that up over here, and basically where it touches that number 1 at that point over there, I then take my pair of compasses, place it in the middle, extend it to that point over there, and I'm going to wind that round to touch over there, and wind that round to touch over there, getting me those 2 points that I need for the F and the G. F over there and G over there. If you look at this, you can actually see the cutting plane over here. You don't need to do a, what's his name on this? You don't need to put this cutting plane in. I just want to show you that it is possible to find it over here. Okay, so there we go. There is that cutting plane that I'm just drawing in very quickly onto this thing, just to show you that those points are on this thing. Right, there we go. There's my cutting plane. On the actual auxiliary view, you do not need to do that, but I would suggest that you do get those numbers onto the cutting plane over there. Another way that you can do it is to draw all of these lines down. You can take those points across, but I tend to find that it takes a little bit more time to do that. So here I go. There is number A. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that across into my view over here. Pop that down over there. There is point A right up at the top there. I go over here. I find C. Find C over here, take that across, pop it down there, label it C. Let's go to E over here. E, find where E is, take it across, pop it down over there, label it. G over there, find G, take it across, pop it down over there, label it. J, find J over here. Sorry, there's J. I didn't get H, sorry. J, sorry, J. I need J. Find where J is. Why have I not got a J over here? Ooh, messed up here. Put an H over here, not a J. That's interesting. Sorry, I don't know why I'm going to label that J over there. No, I've got 2 H's. I need an H over there. Sorry. H over there. So I need an H over here. And I need to transfer H. It's H that I'm transferring. There is H. Take that across. Sorry. What is going on here now? G. Let's go for G. Find G. Take that across. Place it down there. Oh, E's in the wrong place. That's where my problem is. So I've got my measurement E over there. I took a measurement and I put it in the wrong place. There is E over there. Sorry folks, there is my E. E is over there. Let's just erase that E from there. G is meant to be over here. Erase that from there. H is over here. Find H, take that across there. Pop that down over there. There is H. J, coming in over here. Find where J is, take that across. Pop that in there. J is over there. L is over there. Find L over here, bring that across, pop that in over there. And I have now got everything that I need. You'll note L and A are on the same line. It makes an axis over here that I can drop down over here. And I have got basically symmetry around this story. So I'm going to transfer those points across just with a pair of dividers. Coming over here, there is my C, which is going to pop across over there. Coming over here to the next one, E, pop that across over there. G, pop that across over there. H, pop that across over there. J, pop that across over there. And L at the bottom. And I can now draw in the story coming around like this. There we go. And draw that in nice and accurately as you can. Just use French curves if you want, or freehand. As long as you do your freehand relatively neatly, you can get away with it. Right, there is the cutting plane. And I need to draw in a line going from H and from this point over here, which if you want to label it, you can. That label, if you look at it, H is over there, and H is over here. Sorry, H, let's just see H going across to I. So I would be on the other side of that. Right, okay, there we go. That's that drawing completed as far as doing that, except for the fact that you need to put some hatching on that. Draw your hatching across here. There we go. Okay, last thing that we need to do is to do the true shape of the cutting plane in the direction of Z. So I take my thing off the board, I put it down on the board in a position where everybody can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Right, there we go. Line that up on the cutting plane. Line your ruler up on the cutting plane. Stick your page down onto the board. And I then draw another XY axis over here. Drawing an XY axis over here, labeling that with an X and a Y. Note they are block capital letters drawn in a particular way. Don't not do that. And I now say, all right, what do I need? I'm looking down in this direction over here. And I need to be able to see this base part. So I need to drop all of those numbers down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop these numbers down from all of those points over there. I'm going to show you a method that could have been used on the left view as well. And hopefully you'll go, okay, well, that might be easier for me. I'm going to take this apex down as well. Very important. I'm just going to extend that XY axis out a little bit there. And the first point that I'm going to take down is the apex. Go and find the apex over here. Going to the XY axis, go to 0, go to there, knock that in there. Right. I then come over here and I start going with number 1. There is number 1, bring it down. Pop it in. Number 12. Find number 12, bring it down. Number 11. Find number 11, bring it down. Number 10. Bring it down. Number 9. Bring it down. Number 8. Bring it down. And number 7. And bring that into the drawing. Right, you note over here, that should be parallel to the XY axis. I have all of those little numbers that I just brought down there. Note they are in line with each other. Okay? They are also symmetrical around this axis, so if I do this, I should be able to take that across there. Swing that around over here. Swing that around over there. Swing that around over there. Swing that around over there. And then don't forget to label. I know that it might take a little extra time. Number 1, we said that this was number 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and going to 1. Where is the apex? The apex is out over here. That is 0 over there. And I now draw in some construction lines first, going from all of these points. So from 4, from 10, those would be the most external lines. And then I go number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3. And 3 is somewhere over there. Number 2 is somewhere over here. And I can now drop these points down. There is a point A on number 1. Point A, if I drop a line coming straight down from point A over here, it connects with number 1, and I label that with an A. I go to B and C, take that down, and you'll see that B and C, I've got C on number 12. So I look for number 12 over here, and I label that C. I said that B was on number 2. I look for number 2 over here, and I place a number 2 over, number C, B over there. B over there. Come over here. I've got an E and a D. I said that E was on 11. Look for number 11. There is E. D is on number, what was it? D was on number 3. Okay, F and G. Take that down, F and G. F and G, we said, was on number 10 and number 4. G is on number 10, so I look for where number 10 is. There is, I feel as though I've missed a line over here somehow. Got a line coming from number 12 over here, which I haven't got in place. Okay, so number 10 has got number G on it, okay? And number F is on the other side over there. It's G. I just need to try and find this. number 11. Yeah, 11 is with E, which is very difficult to see. Number 11 is over there. Right. Okay, continuing over here, I have got I and J, I and H, sorry, I and H. Okay, take that down. H, you'll see, is on number 9. There is H over there. Come down from where H is. You should find that H is on number 9 over there. There it is. H. Okay, and I over here, there is I. That is coming down over there, and I should find that on number 5. Number 5, there is the number that I'm looking for. Okay, let's just find that again. Sorry, not concentrating here. There it is, number 5. There it is. Number K over there. Right. And then number L over here. There is number L. Find number L. Bring a line coming down from where L is. There is number L. I don't think that I labeled these 2 points, K and J. Line coming down. There is J over there. Find J over here. Bring it down. Knock it in there. There is J over there. And K is on the other side of this thing. There it is. There is K over there. K over there. And once I've got that, I can then do this story over here. Dot, 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 dot. Coming around over there. Coming around, round, 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 round to there. Bring that over here. Round, 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 round. Coming up here. Bringing that round all the way around to there. And I can now draw in that cutting plane nice and easily. Right, as soon as I've got that, I then look at this thing and I go, okay, so what is it that I can see? This part, number 1 at the bottom, is going to be hidden detail stuff, but this stuff coming out over here is going to be seen. So let's just draw this thing in. Just going to do a curve coming around over here so that you can see this idea. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Right. Continue around there. Okay. From 3 going up to D, I'm going to be able to see that. I'm going to be able to see this going from G to 10. I'm going to be able to see this part over here, drawn in dark, coming all the way around over here, nice and dark. And this part over here will be hidden detail. There we go. Those are hidden detail lines going around like that. And that is the job done, except for the fact that I need to draw in the hatching over here as fast as I can, and then you guys can go. You should also label this view as the true shape of the cutting plane. Right, there we go. That is done.